Are you kidding me right now, Sony? You really decided to wake up on July 1st, 2026, and just take a huge L and take a huge steaming dump on gamers. Are you actually genuinely out of your minds? Really, Sony? Really? So today, the corporate suits over at PlayStation decided to drop a nuclear bomb on the concept of video game preservation, consumer choice, and, let's be honest, just common sense in general. They just announced, with a complete straight face, full chest, on the PlayStation blog, that starting in January 2028, about a year and a half from now, physical disc production for all new PlayStation games is officially dead, kaput, gone, sayonara, farewell. They ain't doing it no more. Adapting to consumer trends, as they call it. So this is for the general preference for digital media significantly outpacing physical discs. Really? Okay. Let me translate this. I'm going to translate all this corporate garbage for you, okay? What they're really saying is we want a 100% digital monopoly so you can never buy a used game again, you can never share a game with your friend, and you can never buy a game on sale at retail stores unless we approve of it. It's got to be our sale, or the retailers, the third party, they have to approve of the sale. You can't go to GameStop anymore and, oh look, this game is on sale used, let me buy it there. You can't go on eBay anymore and be like, you know what, let me pick up this used copy of this game over there. Nope, gone. As of 2028, any new game, all digital, baby. You want anything physical? Good luck, you ain't getting it. They are actively killing ownership. This is all a part of the you own nothing and you will be happy movement that's been going on throughout the entire industry, not just the gaming industry. This is going on in the movie industry with streaming. This is even going on in the housing industry over there. They don't want you owning anything anymore. They want you renting and paying subscriptions. That's all they want. You own absolutely nothing anymore. And if you think, oh, digital is fine, they'll just host my digital games forever, well, open your eyes, ready? Be prepared for this one. Because on this exact same day, July 1st, 2026, the exact same day that they announced that physical media is dying in 2028, they also announced that they are shutting down the PlayStation Store for the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita. It starts in phases later this year in 2026, and by July 2027, it's completely dead globally. No more new content purchases. If there's a classic game that's stuck on the storefront you wanted to buy, you better well do it now, because come later on this year, tough luck. It's gone, vaporized into a digital ether. On the exact same day. Do you not see the sickening irony here? They are announcing a 100% digital-only future for PS5 and beyond. PlayStation 6 is basically going to be an all-digital console. They announced the PS5 Pro and PS5 Slim over there without a disc drive. You had to buy it separately if you wanted it. Come PlayStation 6, when they announced that, there ain't going to be no disc drive. Not even one for you to buy. All digital. Just buy a PC at that point then. What the hell is the point, Sony? They are actively showing us a live demonstration of how digital games go to die for the older consoles. This is so funny, the irony. It's like it almost looks like an April Fool's joke at this point. But it's July 1st. It's not April 1st. It's July 1st, but it's like an April Fool's joke. We're moving into an old digital future. Oh, and by the way, the PS3 and Vita store, yeah, they're going down too, so you can no longer buy games from there. Actively showing you in real time why we need physical disc while simultaneously taking them away from you. And this is exactly what they could do with all digital future, for those who may not get it. Now imagine if there's a game, for example, let's talk about GTA 6. That's the big game, right? Coming out later on this year in November. GTA 6 has a ton of licensed music, obviously, just like the previous GTA games over there. GTA 6 taking place in Vice City, so let's look at Vice City on the original PS2. The music on the PS2 copy of GTA Vice City, the music's on the radio, is different from Vice City Definitive Edition. There are certain songs, I think a lot of them, some of the Michael Jackson songs and everything that are on Vice City on PS2, they're only on that. There are songs aren't in the newer version of the game because they lost the licensing to it and Rockstar didn't want to pay to preserve it. So imagine if GTA 6 comes out and there's a few songs on the radio that you absolutely love hearing. However, years later, they lose the licensing, and with an update patch to GTA 6, those songs are gone. Now, you can no longer play that version of the game that had those songs in it because you don't own the physical copy of the game. It's gone. That version of GTA 6 that you want to play, let's just say, it's version 1.0 or version 2.6, whatever. That version's gone. You have to play on the newest version, and that's it. This is why a digital-only future is absolutely terrible. This is why launching a game without a disc version is 100% terrible. At least with a disc version, you have a 1.0 build of the game. No matter if it's buggy, no matter if there's issues, you still have some version of the game. A digital-only future, though, you own nothing. Absolutely nothing. Hell, they could take it away from you at any given time you want. What happens if your account gets hacked? Your whole entire library? Gone. You can't play nothing. At least with a physical copy, I could still play something. I could create a new account and I still have all my games. Because I own them. I could put them on my PlayStation. You can't do that with a digital future. You just can't. Now let's be honest, are we actually surprised here? A little bit, but just look at the track record of what PlayStation has been doing recently. This isn't an isolated incident. It is a pattern of absolute greed with Sony. They raised PS5 prices just these past couple years. Years into the PS5's console lifecycle. Remember years ago, PS4 generation, PS3 generation, when things actually got cheaper as the console lifecycle went on? Well, now they're actually jacking up the prices. The base console and the PS5 Pro. Prices keep on going up. Just recently, they also deleted 500 movies and TV shows straight off the PlayStation Store that people paid for, by the way. You paid for this movie. You paid for this TV show. Well, too bad, the license expired. Enjoy your blank space on this library. You can no longer watch this. If you deleted it and you want to try to download it again, you probably won't be able to. Sorry. I know you paid for it, but you get nothing. Oh, what's that? You want a refund? Fuck you, buddy. You ain't getting a refund. They also closed Bluepoint Games. Bluepoint, the masters of remakes, which Sony loves remakes recently. Everything's been a remake. Behind the Demon's Souls they did Shadow of Colossus. I think they did the Uncharted collection over there. A studio that actually understood what PlayStation fans wanted, shut down, and laid off. Because Sony would have rather have them work on live service games that got canceled. Live service. That's a whole nother issue right there. Live service games are one of the reasons why we are in the problems that we have right now. So after a whole generation of catastrophe, embarrassing, multi-million-dollar failures in live service space, Sony is still doubling down and focusing on live service games. They are gutting single-player legacy studios to chase this ghost of Fortnite, and are failing miserably, and then making us pay for it by raising console prices and now forcing us into a digital prison where we own absolutely nothing. PlayStation for the players, right? Remember that used to be the slogan? Remember that? Remember when Sony won the PlayStation 4 generation by literally making a video showing how easy it was to hand a physical disc over to your friend? Well, that's no longer the case. You don't own your games. You don't own your movies. You pay more for the hardware, you get fewer single-player studios, and by 2028, you won't even get a piece of plastic to prove you spent 70, 80, 90, 100, however many dollars you spent. You get absolutely nothing. Congratulations. And keep in mind too, PlayStation, they're not the only ones to blame here. They didn't win this generation because they were geniuses. They won because their competitors stumbled. Now, Nintendo, they're kind of like in their own little league over there. But who's PlayStation's main competitor? It's Microsoft. It's Xbox. So I'm just as pissed off as Xbox as I am at PlayStation. Why am I pissed at Xbox? Because they dropped the ball. PlayStation needs competition, just like Xbox needs competition. We need console wars. This is exactly what we need. That's why when people were calling for the end of console wars and hey, no more exclusives, let's just have all the games be on everything, I was like, no, you don't get it. We don't want that. We need competition because competition brings out the best of these competitors. Look at, perfectly exampled over there, the PlayStation 2 and Xbox when they moved on to the next generation. Xbox 360 destroyed Sony PlayStation 3 in the early years over there. PlayStation thought that they were high almighty, right? They announced the PlayStation 3, it was way overpriced, and they got their asses handed to them by Microsoft and Xbox 360. So what happened? PlayStation got humbled, they lowered the prices of the PS3 over there, they were more consumer friendly. PlayStation Plus was only optional, it was free to play online in PlayStation 3. And they actually won in the later years. PS3 actually did better than Xbox 360, if you could believe it. And that's why PlayStation was absolutely dominant with PS4, because they got humbled, and they had competition that they were trying to beat. But now that Microsoft and Xbox over there dropped the ball so hard, greedy PlayStation is back. They are rearing their ugly heads again. They have no competition. So that's why I am actually hoping, I doubt this will happen, but Microsoft and Xbox, it's not looking good for Xbox. It's not looking good. They have new CEOs, new leadership, but it's still not looking good. They're laying off a lot of studios over there. They bought a lot of companies that aren't going anywhere. But now is the chance that they can maybe just catch an easy win and maybe go on a hot streak and bounce back. Announce the opposite of what PlayStation is doing, Xbox. Come out and announce, you know what? Our next Xbox is going to have a disc drive. We are going to continue to sell physical games. We want you to own your games. Maybe lower the price of Xbox Live. Maybe make Xbox Live free and only have a premium edition for Game Pass. This is exactly what we need. We need competition. We need a reset. Because right now, this current state of gaming, it's in the toilet. It is completely in the toilet. And usually, I usually condone this kind of stuff, you know? I'm not really calling for this. But maybe, just maybe, we need some vigilante hackers. Again, I'm not calling for it. I don't want anybody to get hacked and to have their information exposed. But maybe we need a vigilante hacker, or hackers. Maybe hack PSN. Maybe take it down for a little bit. Maybe take it down around, I don't know, maybe November. Maybe make it so anybody that bought GTA 6 on PS5, what happens if you can't download it when it's available to download? Because PSN is down. What if you can't play GTA 6 when it launches because PSN is down? Is that what we need to show how bad an all-digital future is to maybe those out there who don't get it? Those few out there that are actually numb to it because they grew up with everything being digital. They grew up playing on tablets. They grew up playing games like Angry Birds and Candy Crush and buying microtransactions with their parents' credit card, actually not owning anything. Maybe this is what we need. Again, I'm not calling for it, but maybe it would help. Who knows? If PSN is down in November and you can't download and play GTA 6, how bad would that make Sony look? How pissed off will Rockstar be? Imagine if GTA 6, the only place you could play it is on Xbox. Or who knows, maybe Xbox gets hacked too. Xbox Live gets taken down. You can't play GTA 6 at all. Why? Because everything's digital. You can't get a physical copy. Rockstar ain't making a physical copy. Maybe that's what we need. Again, not calling for it, but maybe that's just what we need. Anyway, I'm done. Buy physical media. That's all I can say. Push back against this and buy physical media. Go crazy. Call out Sony. Call out Microsoft. Call out Xbox. Call out PlayStation. Call out Nintendo. Call them all out. We need physical media to stay. Full stop. Period. I'm the one ELT, signing OUT, out.